Hello friends, my name is Bintou and welcome back to my channel. For today's video, I'm going to be doing the end of year book tag, and this is a tag that I've seen going around. It looks like a lot of fun. So I wrote down the questions and I've got my answers here. So let's go ahead and get started. So the first question is, are there any books you started this year you need to finish? So I've read, I don't remember exactly how many books I've read this year. It's past the 100 mark, probably 120 something books. And of those books, actually they're not in this, but I've only DNF'd two books that I haven't finished yet. The first one is Nevernight, and I'm not going to finish that book. I'm not picking it back up. Nevernight was on my TBR, I think it was back in July, and I really did start it, and I think I made it pretty decently far, like maybe 30% of the way through the book, and I just couldn't continue. I know Nevernight has been bashed by many booktubers on this platform, but it really kind of was that bad. I didn't enjoy the writing at all. And it got to the point where I was forcing myself through it, and I knew that I wasn't going to enjoy this book. So I just put it down. And it was too bad because I actually liked the premise of the book, but the execution, the writing was just, it didn't vibe with me at all. And so I DNF'd that one. I have no plans to finish that one. The other book that I did not finish is The Souls of Black Folk by W.E.B. Dubois. And that's another one. I think I got like 70% of the way through. And then it was taken off of my device because my loan had ended. And then I just never got it back again. So that is a book that I actually do want to finish. So I should be able to get that back on. I've got another like 3 months of Kindle Unlimited for free, and I'm pretty sure it's available through there, so I should be able to get that back on my device along with the audiobook and just wrap that up because I was enjoying it. That was actually a really good book. All right, and now the second question is, do you have an autumnal book to transition into the end of the year? And I'm gonna be honest here again, I'm not really like a seasonal book reader. That's not something that I had ever done, and I started it just a tiny bit with BookTube. So like in October, for example, I read some more horror books than I had been planning to because 'tis the season. But yeah, I don't really have any. The only ones I can think of are the book In a Holidaze by Christina. That was a holiday book release, and it's a contemporary romance. So it'd be a pretty quick read. And I've liked her other books enough that I want to pick that up and probably give that one a read. And then the other book that's on my TBR is The Good House. And I guess that wouldn't really be a holiday book. It's more of a fall book in the sense that it was a Halloween because it's a haunted house book. But someone had commented it on one of my videos and it looked really interesting. So I have it on hold and I'm waiting to get off the hold list on my library. So those are the two sort of seasonal books that I'm hoping to read before the end of the year. The third question is there a new release that you're still waiting for? The answer is no. So the only new release that I was hoping for this year was Rhythm of War by Brandon Sanderson. It has been released. I have the copy and I'm currently in the middle of reading it. I'm hoping to have a vlog up about that book, so definitely watch out for that. But so far, so good. I'm really looking forward to the journey of this fourth Stormlight Archive book. The next question is, what are 3 books that you want to read before the end of the year? I can think of 2 right off the top of my head. The first one is Men We Reaped by Jesmyn. This book has been on my Kindle and then taken away and then put back and then taken away because I've been borrowing it from the library and not getting to it before the due date. So this is like my second time that I borrowed it and hadn't gotten around to reading it. I need to read that book before the end of the year. I already know it's gonna be excellent because so many people have read it and have had nothing but great things to say about it. I don't know why I still haven't read it. So that is one of the books that is on my list, Men We Reaped by Jesmyn. And then the other book that I wanna read is Wildseed by Octavia Butler. So I got the Audible version of that book and I'm waiting on the ebook version, but I know that Onyx Pages is doing the slow read along for Wildseed. I just haven't gotten my copy yet, so I haven't been able to start that. But reading more Octavia Butler was something that I said I wanted to do this year, and I've gotten through 2 of her books, so this would be a nice third one to round out 2020 with. So Wildseed is another book that I want to get to by the end of the year. And those are the 2 that I can think of. So that's about it. I don't think I've got a third like must read by the end of the year. I've got plenty of books that I would like to read, but I don't really want to put that much pressure on myself as we get into the holiday season. The next question is there a book that could still surprise you and become your favorite book of the year? And I feel like at this point, the answer to that is no. It's kind of hard for me to even decide what my most favorite book of the year is. I think it might still be The Stand by Stephen King. I don't know, that book was just so grand. And the only other book that could possibly knock it down is Rhythm of War. I'm not done with Rhythm of War yet, but I can say that I liked the way that The Stand started more than I'm liking the way Rhythm of War has started. Because it was just so jam-packed at the very start, whereas with Sanderson's Stormlight Archive books, it is generally like a pretty slow burn. So they start off pretty slow, and I know that by the end of the book, there's going to be like a ton of action. And so I need to wait until I finish this book to decide whether or not it will replace my #1 pick of the year, but I'm not so sure at this point. And then the last question is, have you already started making reading plans for 2021? And the answer to this is yes and no. I don't have very specific reading plans in the sense that I have an exact number of books that I'm hoping to read next year, or an exact breakdown of books that I'm hoping to read next year. I'm hoping to continue to work on diversifying my reading. I'm hoping to track it better, because I feel like I don't jot down statistics of what I read and who I'm reading from. That's something that I could probably do better. And so one of my goals, and this is kind of where the yes comes from, is I'm hoping to have a better organizational system for tracking my reading. So currently, really all I do is put them up on Goodreads or put them in the Notes app on my iPhone. But that's not really great. I'm hoping to create a section in my planner where I track all the books that I read. That way, if I forget to put it on Goodreads, or it's a book that I don't want to put on Goodreads, it's still there for me to track. So I've got like my 2021 planner. I've got a bunch of like fun stickers. I got these like star stickers and these like happy and frowny face stickers that I could actually even use for work. But those are things that I'm hoping to incorporate into next year. I don't know if I want this to be more digital or more like handwritten, because I like both. I like my general daily planner to be handwritten. I find that much easier for me to jot things in and cross things out as I do them. And it also encourages me to get more done. But those are the things that I'm hoping to work out over the next 2 months. I'll definitely have time to like get myself organized for 2021 in December, because I'll have those 2 weeks off of work. So that's the plan for that time, is getting myself organized. And then I also do have goals for like my booktube channel. So I'm hoping to continue growing, to continue learning, really, because there's so much to learn about the process of filming videos and editing videos and uploading them and all of that. So I'm hoping to also put more time, and this is a reading goal of sorts, but hoping to put more time into learning how to improve my videos even more. It's been a fun journey, and I love learning, and there is an endless number of things to learn when you're making YouTube videos. So this has been pretty awesome, actually. All right, guys, those are all of the questions for the end of year book tag. What a year it has been. I'm glad that it's coming to an end, and I'm looking forward to reflecting on 2020 over the course of the coming month or so. It wasn't all bad, but definitely looking forward to the future. Thank you so much for watching, guys, and I will see you in the next one.